Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this again. Come on, straight. We don't need everything to be straight, but we do like the camera to be straight. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Without further ado, let's get into my part 2 of the zodiac signs in high school. This is kind of what high school archetypes I think are associated with the zodiac signs. So we'll see if you relate. If you don't, it's all about having fun, as is most of my channel. So sit back, relax, grab a drink. I'm having my green tea with roasted rice and honey, my favorite. And let's do this. So we ended at Virgo in the last video, so we'll continue to Libra, which is perfect because we are in Libra season. Libra in high school, those, oof, my neck. Those are those people who are friends with everybody. They're generally, that word felt weird in my mouth. They're generally well-liked. They don't have a lot of beef with other people. Even Libras I've spoken to about this, they're like, yeah, I didn't really like have beef with people in high school and I still don't have beef with people now. I'm not comfortable with it. Now, there may be people who don't like them, but it's not an ongoing thing of like, I have enemies and screw the world and I don't need anybody. You're usually not gonna find that attitude, or at least that's not what I think of when I think of Libra energy, especially young Libra energy. Most of the time, Libras are so open, they just want to love everybody. They're good communicators because they're an air sign, so they're really not the type to be like, screw you, I'm a lone wolf, don't talk to me types. No, quite the contrary. They're very approachable. I imagine them sort of to be like the cheerleader type, but not if you think of a mean cheerleader, bully kind of girl. If you think of somebody who is a true cheerleader, has a ton of energy, is friends with people on the cheer team, but also is friends with people, you know, on the math team. But somebody who could sit down at almost any lunch table and people would be like, hey, what's up, welcome, instead of like, what are you doing over here? They don't like to be held to one group or boxed in or have people restrict them as far as who to socialize with. Especially young Libras, they will know all the gossip. They will know all of the tea, all of the secrets, all of the romances. They may even play matchmaker in high school. That may be very, very exciting for them. I'm a Libra Venus, and I was always interested in romance and getting my friends to, you know, meet people, setting them up, that kind of thing. So as much as they do love gossip and they love, you know, all the things that go along with being a social butterfly, they don't like it when it comes to them. They don't like being talked about. They don't like having to take sides. Generally, they don't like conflict. They don't like beef. So if a Libra in high school is operating the smart way, everyone will feel like they're their friend and they're on everybody's side, and they will generally stay out of trouble. They may be a little bit distracted in class. Libras are really, really smart. I mean, air signs are just sharp, but when they're young especially, they may find it hard to focus. A young Libra may be focused on dating and romance, especially nowadays that we have phones. It's gonna be like, yeah, I'm paying attention. Yes, you just like my photo. Like, you know, that kind of thing. Like, okay, focus, put down the phone, stop socializing. Be present in the moment. But young Libras are, I mean, I'm sure everybody had a Libra friend in high school. It might not be your best friend, because I'm telling you, that person is like friends with everybody. But you might be like, yeah, actually, like, those few Libras in my high school graduating class, like, we were cool. We were cool. Like, to this day, we're cool. Young Libra, I'm gonna pin you as the social butterfly. Yeah. All right. Scorpio. Scorpio, I'm gonna call the skeptic. And I don't want you to take this in a negative way. None of these are meant to make you feel bad about yourself or anything like that. Again, these are fun videos, so please, my goodness, just have fun. If you're not having fun, you are welcome to exit out of the video. I don't wanna bring that energy into your life. Scorpios, you guys know Scorpios are like my favorite, but all of the young Scorpios I knew when I was young are so mature for their age. They are critical minds. They love to analyze other people. They are interested in strange occult topics. They may be interested in, super interested in dissecting the frog in science class when everyone else is disgusted. That's such a good metaphor, I suppose, for being a Scorpio, being the person who loves to dissect the frog and is fascinated, because it brings in the darkness that Scorpios love, and also the fearlessness about death, the interest in death without being afraid of it, and looking deeper beyond the surface, literally opening things up. So good on me for thinking of that. But yes, my Scorpio friends were always, they took pride in the fact that they could see through people. So a Scorpio might kind of have a little bit of that Holden Caulfield attitude of like, they're a phony, they're a phony. Now Holden Caulfield himself was a phony. We'll get into Catcher in the Rye later. Yes, Scorpios are those people that love to see the deeper sides of people. And that's why Scorpios tend to not like people who don't appear to have depth. I know a lot of Scorpios are not fans of fire signs, because fire signs, and maybe some air signs too, they come across as, to a Scorpio, they could come across as superficial. But Scorpio to me is the skeptic. A little bit of like the basket case from, I mean, she's a little bit, Scorpios are a little more low-key than that. She tries to be low-key, but you notice her from The Breakfast Club. But they're gonna be low-key, they're not gonna be loud, and they can be quite intimidating. They might be the upperclassman that is quite intimidating. Not that they're a bully, and not that they are loud and domineering, but there's something about their energy that it almost feels like you have to prove yourself to them. They enjoy coming across as deep and intelligent, and they don't have an issue arguing with people, or expressing their disagreements, or sharing that they think someone else is stupid. So Scorpios, that type of behavior is not common in high school. In high school, people usually want to please everybody. They want to be everybody's friend. They don't, at least when I was in high school, you just want to have the opinion that's cool to have at your school so you can avoid conflict. And a Scorpio is not like that. Scorpio is also selective with their friends, which is not something you find in high school a lot. Again, people want to just get along with everybody, and a Scorpio is like, no, quality over quantity, 1000%. That's why I also love them. If a Scorpio is friends with you, you know they really admire you and they care for you. It's not just to have you there for convenience. So the Scorpio, I suppose, yes, you could say the skeptic, the mature one. I will say the old soul. Just a little bit of an oddball, and maybe not. Maybe they're finding their way and they realize that their depth and their darkness is not accepted, or it's not seen as cool, it's seen as strange. And if they have other things in their chart, sure, they may try to fit in, but eventually a Scorpio's got to be a Scorpio gonna scorpionate, and they're gonna be that dark, amazing, one-of-a-kind self that they are. But in high school, they're probably realizing that how very different and unique they are, and that they search for deeper things, deeper meaning in life, and that might make them feel like a little bit of an outcast. They could also be an outcast, but most of them I know push through to be some of the coolest, best friends that I know. So Scorpios, if you're in high school and you're having a tough time, there are people out there that will get you and will love you and cherish you and celebrate you, because one of them is right here. So, mwah. Sagittarius. Sagittarius in high school is the effortless star. They could be, you know, the busiest person in the clubs, you know, school clubs, not the club, and have so much school work and also be doing things outside of school, and somehow they can still have a social life. Somehow they still end up feeding themselves properly, and they look nice, and they just have it all together. Actually, I imagine Sagittarius, like, it's giving me this energy of coming to school with the sweatband and like cute workout clothes on because they have practice after school, or they've got something, so they're gonna be comfortable. But I'm totally imagining like just the cutest, the people that just look so good in athletic wear, and I've talked about this before in my style for Zodiac signs video, so I won't go into it, but Sagittarians look bomb in active wear. But they're just the effortless star. Sagittarians are so sharp. The young ones, even though they have all this young energy that's kind of explosive and they don't know what to do with it, mentally they can be deep down very mature. Sagittarian children are known for being good kids, mature kids, wise. And Sagittarians in general are wise. They're most likely going to be loved by their teachers, even if they're loud and disruptive in class, which they can be, or they're the one that always wants to talk and raise their hand and always be called on, and the teacher's like, okay, I need to give other kids a chance. People used to do that to me and it was really embarrassing. But anyway, it's not my fault I knew all the answers, but yeah, Sagittarians are probably going to be very well liked by teachers because the teachers can see how much they love to learn, how much like a sponge they are, just absorbing all this new information, and having parents as teachers and knowing how teachers work. I know they love that. And I was not the perfect student. I had an attitude. There were some subjects I was not good at, math and science. But my teachers still loved me because they noticed my effort. So basically what I'm saying is, if the heart is there, you have the heart of a scholar, you're gonna be loved by your teachers, most likely. And Sagittarian, I mean, has the heart of a scholar more than anybody else. They're the lifelong learner. Somehow they also have an amazing social life. Probably well liked by a lot of people. People always want them to be the one to come to the dance. Like, hey, are they gonna show up? Where are they? Where are they coming to this party? Because that's gonna be fun. They could even be the one that hooks you up with things that young children should not be doing, which I never did. I'm just saying, Sagittarians, they like to party, but somehow they are just equipped. They have so much energy and so much fire that they can just handle a ton of things and make it seem easy. Like, it's no big deal. They're also optimistic, and that is something that Sagittarians teach us, is that if you look on the bright side, if you believe in yourself, if you have optimism, you can achieve so much more simply by saying, I can and I will. What of it? It's a tough week. I've got a lot on my plate, but stress can only do so much for me, and I've survived all the weeks up to this. I got this. Sag energy is like that. It's like, bring it on, bring on the challenge. I got this. We're all good. We're all in this together. I mean, they're just good vibes, super positive. So definitely someone, again, like a Libra, who'd be friends with a lot of people and probably involved in many things around the school because they have so much energy and so many interests and knowledge about all different things. They've got to spread it out. So Sagittarius is the effortless star. Capricorn. I know y'all are gonna be like, really? But Capricorn is the one who's ready for college and ready for adult life and ready to get a job. Capricorn is the one who is like, I am ready to get out of here. Y'all are so immature. Y'all are so petty. And Capricorns can be petty too, but deep down, they're over it. They are so ready. They're always looking for the next step. They're always looking for more. They can have all the schoolwork and be like, but what is the point of this? Where is the ladder? Capricorns love to climb ladders, and I don't mean in a bad sense. They are achievers. Like a little goat climbing up a mountain, even though they're the sea goat, but like climbing up an ocean mountain, you know what I mean? Whatever. Anyway, they like to achieve. They like to feel themselves getting stronger and higher and growing and achieving. And so with school, a lot of Capricorns might feel like, what is the point? Like, I'm just doing worksheets. Like, I need to get my GED or like finish high school, and then I can have my actual life. I know a lot of Capricorns and Capricorn moons who didn't like high school, who were not into it, who didn't really try, and then they got to college where they studied something they loved and they were the best student, like the most reliable, the sharpest, quickest, did the best projects because they felt that there was a purpose. If they don't feel like there's a real purpose, it's gonna be real hard for them to do. They'll crank things out, they'll do it, but there's nothing like a Capricorn doing a job that they're passionate about. Whoa. So to me, Capricorn is just that, the one who's ready for real life. Like, let's get out of here. They probably already know where they want to go to college. They know what they want to do. They know where their dream job is. They're just probably very ready to get out of high school. They're the type that at a young age would be like, I hope these aren't the best years of my life, because people will tell you about high school, and it is absolutely not true. I mean, I loved high school and I cherish those memories forever, but I also cherish the memories that I have now hanging out with my friends from high school as adults, you know? So life gets better. Why? I would hope that the best years of my life would not be from 14 to 18 and then I live until I'm 90 something. Ojalá. Anyway, yeah, they're just ready to be bigger and dream bigger. And Capricorns may often feel like big fish in a little pond. They are just ready to go. From the day they came out of the womb, they were ready to go. They were ready to achieve. They probably were already achieving so much in high school if they were able to channel their passion. Most likely, I think young Capricorns are, they feel a heavy sense of duty and responsibility. So they're gonna get their work done. They're gonna complete it. They may even procrastinate, absolutely, but they're gonna get their work done. They're reliable. They may, again, in high school not be the most high achieving of everyone simply because they're like, I just gotta get through this and then I can really pop off. So Capricorn, they've got the future on their mind and they are just ready to go. So if you're a Capricorn in high school, be patient, enjoy, because you think you have a lot on your plate now, life will keep dishing out the freaking mashed potatoes. So yeah. Aquarius. Oh man, young Aquarians. To be a young Aquarian, having an Aquarius moon, your whole life you can kind of feel like an outcast, like an alien. And it depends on the kind of community you live in and the school you go to. That can either be really celebrated or you can be made to feel like a complete freak. So my idea of Aquarius in high school goes two ways. It's either the one who tries to fit in and who will probably look back on their high school years and be like, man, I was a complete fake. I was trying to be what I thought was accepted, what was cool. I was mimicking whatever I thought was cool, which is part of high school though. It's part of growing up. You do it, you know, you follow the trends and it's just part of being young. It's animal instinct to want to fit in with the pack, you know, and in high school you're with people every day. So you're reminded of what's cool in the pack. Now that I'm not in high school, nor am I in college, I don't have to see anybody that I don't like. I can dress how I want. I can be how I want. But in high school, there are things that are cool, things that people have, the way they dress, you know, jokes that they make. And if you don't fit in, you feel like you will never fit in your whole life. And that's so untrue. So untrue. I'll say it again, there will be people who love you and cherish you and totally get you, and it will feel like you are just locked. Like, it will feel like when I vibe with people, like we are just on the same wavelength. I don't even have to try. And there are people like that for you, Aquarius. If you feel like an alien, there are other aliens stranded here on Earth. Trust me. Trust me. So they're either the one who tries to fit in and maybe in high school can be quite fickle, I guess would be the word. Like they're not really loyal. This doesn't sound good, but they're not really loyal to anybody because they're trying to figure out who they are. And because they don't know who they are, they're not standing strong in who they are. They have a hard time asserting for themselves, asserting for other people. They might bounce between friend groups a lot. You can't decide who you are or who you want to hang out with, or you just can't pin them down, but that's part of their whole journey that they have to go through. It could be that, or someone who just genuinely feels like they cannot fit in, and it can be a really, really tough time. If you truly feel like nothing I do, I'll never fit in. People don't find me funny. They don't find me interesting. They don't want me around. I mean, it can be tough. Being a young Aquarius, it can be tough because Aquarius energy is something that you have to step into. It's like royal energy, but it's less grounded. So it's more conceptual. It's not in the way that you hold yourself, in the way that you look and you take care of yourself like a Leo. It is higher consciousness confidence. It's more than day to day. It is like a whole lifetime of being like, aha, here we go. Confidence is not, they will like me. Confidence is, I'll be fine if they don't. And that is Aquarius energy that you will step into if you're in high school or if you're a young Aquarius trying to find your way. That's the energy that you will step into. And it is, I mean, people are just gonna be seduced by you. Think about all of the Aquarians that are just so, they have huge presence. It's a journey. It can be really hard, and yeah, the Aquarius is either going to be the person of many masks trying to figure out who they are, or the person who feels totally alone. Those are the archetypes, and unfortunately in high school those archetypes do exist. It's just a tough time. You're trying to figure out who you are, but you have all of this influence from other people, from adults, from peers, from teachers. It's overwhelming. So Aquarius babies, stay strong. That voice inside of you will never shut up, that tells you who you are and tells you how unique you are and that you are different. That will never shut up. So you're gonna have to embrace it one of these days. I'm sending you all my love because you guys are bomb. And finally, Pisces. Pisces is similar to me to the Libra in the sense that they were totally everybody's friend, but they may have more depth to their relationships than a young Libra. Depth, emotional depth, you know what I mean? A Libra would definitely be a quantity over quality type of friend in high school. They have everybody's number, they know what everybody's up to. Pisces may be a little bit more quality over quantity. So if there are people that they don't vibe with, they're just gonna move away from it and go on their merry way. But if there are people they vibe with, and they're very kind and gentle people, so a lot of people are gonna be attracted to them. Think about Jesus. I mean, Jesus wasn't a Pisces, but he is the symbol for Pisces. And he had a bunch of followers. People loved him, according to history. People loved him. Well, most people. A young Pisces could totally be the hippie type. They could totally get into like the Grateful Dead at this age, you know, in this generation. Fish and Sublime. I mean, I definitely did that in high school anyway, but getting into like tie-dye shirts and tapestries and incense, and they may feel a connection to that type of culture, and they may be that kind of dreamy person that really connects with hippie culture. And they're big time lovers. They may be highly emotional people, and they're somebody that's gonna be well liked because they can sense when someone's not okay. And a Pisces is the person that has the emotional intelligence and the comfort to ask, hey, are you okay? And have you be able to answer, and maybe have the answer be no. I can say when I was a Leo, when I was a young warthog, I'm still a Leo, but even to this day, asking people if they're okay is a little bit hard for me because I know you need to be prepared for them to say no, because you're asking them for a reason. You suspect that something's wrong. And a Pisces is totally equipped. They're like, I feel like you're not okay, so let me be here for you. They're very, very intuitive. And for that reason, they're generally really liked. But also some people in high school are not mature enough to see the value in those types of people. So they may be seen as oversensitive or too touchy or too huggy or clingy or weird or hippie because people are not mature enough to understand that those qualities, kindness, intuitiveness, generosity, compassion, empathy, they're not common. They're not common in this world. But when you're in high school, you're not really thinking about that. And you don't really, you get kindness and stuff from your parents and your close friends. You don't really think of the value of those qualities, nor do you think that maybe you need to work on them yourself, because when you're out of school, you have to maintain your friendships and relationships on your own. And if you're not that likable, if you're not that valuable to your friends, or they don't really like spending time with you, guess what? You will be alone. They won't hit you up. It won't be like high school where you have to see each other in the hallway and you need someone to sit next to anyway. No. You'll have to maintain relationships by being a what? Good person. Pisces, they're very in touch with their emotions and their heart from day one. They don't know any other way. So they're really going to be everybody's friend. They may be not too strong in school, not that they're not smart, but the structure of it and the homework and remembering dates and due dates and deadlines, and am I supposed to submit this online, or did I forget my textbook in my locker? Oh my God, I lent my study guide to somebody else and now I don't have it. They are known for being a little bit spacey. I always use Pisces as the type to make cookies and then they accidentally burn them in the oven because they're doing something else. They're just focused on something else, like, oh, look at that hummingbird outside, something like that. So they mean well, but they're not, you know, they're not gonna be whipping themselves to be the best student or to be better than, they're not really competitive like that, and they don't see school in that way, that they need to prove themselves through academic achievement. So it could vary depending on what they have in their chart, but I just think of the Pisces as like, well, I'm here because I'm this age and I have to be in school, but I love all y'all, and I'm gonna make friends with all of you, and if you have no one to sit with at lunchtime, you're sitting at my table. They're a real blessing to have in high school, absolutely. So they're big sweeties. And that was it, finally, part 2 of the Zodiac in High School series. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Timestamps will be in the description, as well as all my social media info, my music info, and check out my Instagram. Please follow me, and you can find out where to come see my show if you are in the Southern California area. I would love to see you there. So I will talk to you guys next time. Love you very much. Mwah! Bye, guys.